I definitely feel like secrecy is a recurring theme in Nigerian families for sure. Like a lot of the time you hear things of like, oh yeah, parents are just keeping things from their children. And from their point of view, it's a thing of like, oh, they're trying to protect their children. They don't need their children to be informed about certain things. They can handle it on their own, that kind of thing. But you know, I don't know where I've heard this saying from, but I've heard this thing. Yeah, information is power. That is the thing. Because there was even something recently that even when it comes to cultural things, like I know that growing up, it's so we're so used to, say for example, like our parents just handling everything culturally, that kind of thing. Like whether it be cultural rights, knowing the people to acknowledge the people that you need to be in the know about when it comes to your culture and stuff like that. And because they're on top of it, you find those parents that don't necessarily they're not as open with their children as to the things that they need to know. And sadly, the time will come overnight, all of a sudden, these children are assumed to know these things. Like I saw there's this YouTuber recently, yeah, like her mom sadly passed away. And honestly, I was actually shocked that this was her experience because we're based in the UK, and I think she was talking about I'm informed about. But the only thing is that me, I've gone out of my way to be informed. I'm nosy like that. So
Yeah,
my
you are.
you get me. You may not be as informed, but me, I'm nosy like that. So because of that, I
No,
have
I
an
don't think you need
idea.
to be informed. You
Mhm.
need to say.
Lol. Yeah. So I have an idea of these things. But basically, this guy was saying that, oh, yeah, her mom died. Then all of a sudden, all these like cultural rites were needed to be performed before the burial. And she was shocked at everything that was going on, whether it be Umu Ada and their list of requirements or Umu Iyom and their list of requirements, stuff like that. Things like that I am informed about. So I was rather shocked that she wasn't informed about that. But the thing is that if her parents sat down with her at some point and had those hard conversations, I know people don't want to talk about such a period, but they had such necessary conversations with her and her siblings. Even if it's just in passing, at least they're informed when the time comes and it's not a shock to them. It's bad enough that they're experiencing this loss. On top of the loss, they're experiencing all these new things that they're having to learn and get in order before they can go ahead and bury their mom, that kind of thing. So I definitely do feel like Nigerian parents can do better in
Well,
being open.
that made me just think of something.
Mm-hmm.
This may be a controversial take, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Nigerians make the worst family.
Make the
Just
worst family.
make the worst family.
Okay, in terms of what?
What's the good, bruh?
I would say they make the best family, to be frank. But
What's the good? When I be hearing
mm-hmm.
like just stuff on the news or social media of, oh, what's it called? Um, my father died and his brothers took what's it called, the business
Mm-hmm.
or the culture. Sorry, took the business and the homes.
Mm-hmm.
Or my husband died and his brothers or sisters kicked me out.
Mm-hmm.
My mother died and my father straight away got a stepmother who hates me.
Mm-hmm.
My what's it called? um, my parents couldn't afford, couldn't afford what's it called, education for both me and my siblings. So they went with my brother because he's
The boy.
the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear those things, right,
Mm-hmm.
it's always a Nigerian that's
Mm-hmm.
having this
Mm-hmm.
situation. And I'm not saying they're the worst family in regards to, oh, they should not have children, right, stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know even how the best way to just describe or say this, but I'm just saying like, it just go back to that whole secrecy thing. It
Mm-hmm.
just like, the trust. Oh my gosh!
Mm-hmm.
It just there's a lack of. I don't even know how to explain it. But
No, I
when
hear
I'm
you.
hearing these things, it's always a Nigerian involved.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I don't hear what's it called,
Mm-hmm.
a snowflake. Don't hear Asian. I hear what's it called, Nigerians.
Mm-hmm. 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 And I think what you're pointing at is like sadly like a societal mindset. And a lot of the time it's I think a lot of the time these things happen, it's um how we like I'm about to say a lot of the time when these things happen, it's like that it goes back to that mindset of oh men are superior to women. Like say for example, because a lot of the time when all these properties are being taken away, it's like say for example a woman she only gave birth to girls. That is when you now have all these men all of a sudden they're like oh yeah there's nobody to inherit it. That means it's for us to take that kind of thing. That's when you see cases like that. Then this whole thing about the parents did not have money, they only sent the boy to school. Yet again, that mentality of oh the boy child is superior to the female child. And definitely do feel like Nigeria is doing better, but they definitely still have a long way to go. But that mindset was definitely something that has been engraved in the Nigerian community. Even the way we operate our households, the whole thing of like, it's very common. You see, especially like Nigerian families in Nigeria, the husband is treated like some egg, and it's like, oh, everybody is, basically, how will I put it? But like, you know that thing of it's literal, like, oh, the husband is the head of the home. It is very evident in every
Yeah,
which
like
way. Do you get me?
there was something
Mm-hmm.
about this woman. She was making more money than what's it called,
Mm-hmm.
the husband and stuff. If you see the way the mother-in-law just would be treating her, and actually, and what's it called, not
Is there a
even though,
movie?
no,
Okay, because I watched a
even
movie like that. Mm-hmm.
even though what's it called, the mother-in-law is being her lifestyle is being
Funded by the daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the way she should be treating, saying like, what's it called, my son needs to pay for this and this. You need to give him money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the audacity that you have to go to the girl to ask her to
Mm-hmm.
give her husband money to give to you.
Mm-hmm. Why? Because of that, man-child's
You can't
superior
accept her
complex.
giving you the money.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell her to give it to the husband to give to you.
Mm.
Make that make sense.
Yeah. So I think a toxic trait would be, that boy child superior complex. Maybe that's what a toxic
Yeah,
trait
and
could
all
be.
that what's it called? Oh, that whole you only what's it called? You may have to take taking another wife because she's only giving you girls.
Girls.
So you need a son and all like this was like just some comments that people were making like, oh, another girl, how nice.
No, yeah, that complex is bang out of order. It's just as simple as that. There's no two ways about it. Like, human being is human being.
Bro, the fact that what's good, you can have a whole will
Mm-hmm.
in Nigeria saying, oh, I'm going to give it this to this and this and this
Mm-hmm.
person, and it will be ignored
Mm-hmm.
by siblings, by the courts,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, no, we're going to do it. What's it called? It's traditional.
Yeah, traditional ways.
Way,
Mm-hmm.
where the first son gets this one, the other son gets the other
Mm-hmm.
son gets the brothers get this one.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like
if you see the way I have plans in my head, that just shows how untrustworthy I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the way I have like plans, not on new people,
yeah,
but just on people.
yeah.
There.
Sadly, we have to think like that,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing.
That's why, like, listen, I'll be having a conversation with you. I'm just where I'll be telling you, you need to know where all these places are, that these places are built.
Yeah,
and you need to know where these documents are.
Yeah,
because unfortunately,
it happens. Like the time will come, and that's I'm saying that's I'm like it's so important for people to be informed. And as much as oh yeah, people are there saying that oh yeah, people may look at us and be like oh yeah, we're disrespectful, but this ability to speak up is what is probably going to help us. God forbid if we're in such positions, because when you have all these people that are
the worst in some people.
That's and yes, and you see a lot of the time in Nigerian families, death brings out the worst of them. Sadly, God forbid it will not be our case, but sadly, you see a lot of the time that death brings the worst out of families.